Hey, Gary.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, who's that?
You're
Oh,
Siri.
Siri.
He said, hey,
He said,
Gary.
hey, can you hear
Siri.
me? And Siri picked that up as, Siri, what's up? Sorry about that. Gary, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Can you see me? Can other people see me, or can you just hear me?
Other people can see you.
Oh,
I can't see
okay.
you, so I can only hear you.
All right. So you cannot see my new spectacular bald head that everyone else is enjoying right now.
I can't see it live. I have seen photos of it.
It's pretty amazing.
It's pretty awesome. Oh, Kyle's turning the screen now so I can see it. Awesome,
It
Gary.
looks really good.
It looks really
looks
good.
really
What
good.
made you want to do that?
I'd actually been thinking about it for a long time. I'm always curious to know what it would look like. And I always said that if I started to go bald, I would just run up the white flag immediately and just go like full Picard.
Yeah.
Because there's no dignity in that fight trying to hold onto your hair when you're losing it. Like science
Right.
hasn't gotten us there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually did develop over the last couple of years an ever-growing bald spot, like right on the back of my head. And I started to get self-conscious about it. I thought I'm just going to shave my head off, but like shave my hair off. But then I've always got like a meeting like the next week, and I'm like, what if I look terrible in the meeting? Like people are going to think I'm some kind of psycho. But now, who cares?
Who cares? It's quarantine.
Nobody cares about anything anymore. So I can do crazy stuff like shave my head, and people just go, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, I
Nobody cared.
had the exact same impulse myself. I'm looking.
Don't shave your, because
I'm not going to shave my hair. I should have prefaced that.
Nothing was lost when I shaved my hair.
Right.
Yours is worth holding on to, though.
No, I'm definitely holding on to my hair. I guess I should have prefaced that with saying I'm going to try different colors for my hair.
Yeah, try some crazy shit like nobody cares.
Yeah, so I have a pink one waiting at the helm and a blue, like an ash blue color for my hair. But I'm going to try to go that route. I totally got that same impulse. I guess it's just a crarazy time. Anything kind of goes.
I gotta say, I got a lot of compliments on the shape of my head.
Good.
Part of the
trying to
reason why I
exert some
didn't want
control.
because
Yeah.
the thing is, you don't know what's lurking under there. Like, what if you've got like weird dents and bumps and things, like
Or
in a regular
moles.
shaped head? Yeah,
Yeah.
like, who knows? But we shaved it off, and I've got like a geometrically perfect head. And
Amazing.
it's like a whole new thing that I'm getting compliments on. Like, where is this head been all my life? Well, I know where it's been. It's been under my hair.
Right.
Now people can see it.
But now you
So
have it.
I think I'm going to keep it. I think this is
I think
the
you
new look.
should. I think it
I'm
looks
gonna stick
really
with it.
good. Yeah, I think you rock it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? I know you've been playing Animal Crossing.
I have.
And
I have a new. So I can promote something. So I have.
You can talk about anything.
I happily talked about all things Animal Crossing, but like right away, let's just get in the plug.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Gary Whitta, Animal Crossing mornings every weekday. I'm going to try.
Oh my
9 a.m. I'm going to be checking in on my Animal Crossing island, the island of Kauai.
I love that.
I'm just today. I got the Nook shop open. I got the museum open. I'm very excited, and I've really enjoyed doing like a regular stream. Is a nice way to kind of keep me disciplined and making sure that I check in on my island every day.
Right.
Because I started a day behind everyone else because my digital copy. I was going to get a digital copy, but I got a physical. It showed up a day late, so everyone started on their islands a day ahead of me. So I've been playing catch up.
Yeah, I did the same thing where I started a lot later. I also just got the museum, and I like that what was your island called again? How do you pronounce
Kauai.
it? Kauai.
It's like an island, but it's also cute. So, you know.
Yeah, I called mine.
It's not.
Yeah.
What's yours called?
Numiville.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet. My daughter's one is called Donut Land. She's
Oh,
very
that's the
happy
best.
about it.
That is
Or
actually,
or maybe it's Donut Island. I can't remember. It's something to do with donuts.
regardless, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that name. I'll totally I'll see if I can name any characters donut or something. Or I'll
You
just
should.
what I should do, I haven't done enough of this, but I haven't done a lot of the going into other friends' islands and
Oh,
doing
you
the
should do that. It's
multiplayer.
fun. You should visit other islands. You should have people come visit your island. It's really
Right.
cool.
Well, because I feel like this game really encourages that because I felt a lot that while I was playing myself without anybody to go to their world or to do anything with, I feel like you don't progress as fast. And it's definitely
I mean-
reliant on how many people you can interact with.
It's fun to visit each other's islands, but it's also really useful because like there are often times when you don't have the fruits or the materials or the things that you need, and maybe you have something, maybe I have something you need, and maybe you have something I need. So we visit each other's islands and we trade off and we help each other out. It's great.
Yeah. No, I really, really love it. Is there anything else Animal Crossing related that has, or just in games in general, that's impacted your life now that you've been in quarantine?
I mean, I just want to say, like, Animal
Question.
Crossing.
I can't believe that's the time we live in right now.
I know.
It's a sad thing to have to say, but Animal Crossing, and many people have made the same comment, but it's so true. Animal Crossing really did come into our lives at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
At a time where everyone is so stressed, we're all at home, we're all freaking out, you know, everyone's a little bit afraid, nobody really likes what's happening right now. And Animal Crossing is a game that says, hey, come over here, come to my island where nothing can make you afraid and no one can hurt you and everyone's best friends.
Except the tarantulas.
And there's, well, apart from the I don't like those too much. I'm still trying to figure out how to catch. There's a particular moment at which you've got, my wife's trying to teach me, there's a particular moment at which you've got to swing the net to get them.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured it out yet. So I got bit by tarantulas twice last night. So I just rage quit and went to bed. I'm going to figure it out though.
Yeah.
I'm going to try again tonight. And see if I can finally master catching tarantulas. But apart from that, like just the kind of the bucolic, you know, leisurely pace of the game. Like there's lots of stuff to do, but you don't really ever have to do anything. It's just like a safe space. It's a retreat into a better world than this one, frankly. Right. Most of the time, and certainly right now. And I really do think, you know, I gave GameStop a lot of crap over the last week or so for this ridiculous claim that you know, they were somehow an essential. They were a toy store.
Oh,
You're an essential store.
Yeah, we didn't put that story in the show today, but yeah, it's good we're talking about it.
Having said that, though, I would actually be willing to make the exception for Animal Crossing. I would argue that Animal Crossing is not a luxury right now; it's a utility. It is making so many people. It's helping so many people chill out. My house for this past week has been a bit stressful because, you know, it's suddenly been, I have a 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Now she's home all day. My wife very quickly has suddenly had to learn how to become a school teacher practically overnight. This is happening all over the country. It's crazy. And it's very, very stressful. And, you know, we're starting to climb the walls a little bit over here. We have the cabin fever. The game showed up on Friday night. And almost instantly, the house was completely transformed. Suddenly, happy, smiling faces. My wife and my daughter playing Animal Crossing together, and it was like this. I'm serious. I'm not like. There's no hyperbole at all. This transformative effect. It was like this calming wave came over the house, where suddenly everyone was like, "Oh, Animal Crossing," and it's just this lovely. I honestly, I think it's more than a game. It's just this lovely place where you can go and relax and forget your troubles. And you know, people complained about the game being delayed, but as it was kind of serendipitous because the game came at a time. It's like it was in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf says a wizard is never late or never early. He arrives exactly when he needs to. Yeah. Animal Crossing arrived exactly when it needed to, and I'm so grateful for it.
Oh my God, what a great analogy actually to use for that. I definitely feel the same way. Everything was happening so quickly. You know, we were locking down, getting groceries and everything, and I definitely felt a bit of anxiety there, and I was like, I can't play Doom right now. Yeah. I can't play I can hardly play Warzone. I know we've been playing Warzone, but it definitely came, like you said, it came at the right time. I started playing that game and I was like, okay, this is a lot better. Like I can actually relax while playing this and get my mind off things.
I'm excited about Doom Eternal, but I haven't played it yet because I'm just not in the right mindset for it. I'm excited about Half-Life Alyx. I got that, but I haven't played it yet because I'm not in the right mindset.
Same mindset. It's an intense game. Yeah.
The calming effect of Animal Crossing speaks for itself. But then even something like Warzone, which is stressful, really has for me, like playing the game is secondary. What's important about a game like Warzone is just playing with your friends. Like I don't want to play with randos. I've enjoyed playing with you, with my friend Kate, with my friend Snowbike Mike, with a bunch of my friends, and just having the opportunity to hang out and chat in the lobby, and just like that's how we interact socially for the time being. And I read a statistic the other day that said like internet gaming traffic has gone up by like 75%.
Oh my God.
In the last couple of weeks, which I totally believe. And it really has become I think a social lifeline for a lot of people.
Oh, 100%. I even saw streaming is the same thing where people are just online streaming. Even, you know, if you're talking like streaming through Instagram or doing these different social platforms, people are just connecting on a whole other level. It went up like 20% or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I didn't know that stat about games. Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, so I've adapted to this better than most because like I'm a homebody.
I'm the same, yeah.
And in a weird way, I'm living out my fantasy. I'm being asked to save the world by staying home and playing video games. Like,
right.
What could be in a way that's like so suited. It's like finally my time to shine.
Right.
But like I can't really even go out and hang out with my friends now, even if I wanted to. And so I'm very active on Twitter because that's kind of my social outlet in lieu of really going out and interacting with people in the real world. I stream on Twitch because that's also a bit of an outlet for me. And I've been playing a lot more games, tweeting a lot more, and streaming a lot more. I stream Animal Crossing every day now because while I'm cooped up in this house, that's how I interact with the world. And like I said, I'm so grateful to have that outlet.
Yeah, I felt I think we started on the same track where right when, people were starting to lock down, I started streaming again, which I haven't done for a very long time, save for this show, of course, on caffeine. So, yeah, I'd say that this time is perfect for us gamers, like you said. I see that a lot. It's people tweeting about that a lot, and just like you said, connecting and getting online and playing games like socially, and then doing content, getting creative. Like this is,
Right.
Like I think you and I are both lucky in that we don't have to. We're not working in the service industry, and we're not doing a lot of what's going on there.
It's heartening to see a lot of people make the best out of a bad situation, and it's still stunning to me just how quickly everything has changed. I went back, so as you know, I co-host Kind of Funny Games.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah.
And I was on there the day that they announced that E3 was going to be cancelled, and there was a lot of controversy about E3 being cancelled. I went back and looked at the archives. That was 13 days ago. It feels like a whole other lifetime ago that we were still arguing about whether or not it was a good idea to cancel E3, and now we can't leave our houses. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's super crazy. Was there so now with kind of funny, are you still doing content for them? Or are you still doing stuff on the sidelines?
Well, so Kind of Funny has they very quickly, as many people have been forced to do, have pivoted to kind of a work from home model. They got and again, Discord and Skype and Zoom and all these other apps have really kind of saved us and enabled us to collaborate. In Hollywood right now, a lot of writers' rooms, traditionally people would congregate around a big table in a room with a whiteboard in an office somewhere. Now everyone's doing it over Zoom and FaceTime and these virtual writers' rooms. I really think that even after this is all over and kind of the world goes back to something resembling what it was, certain things won't go back to being the way they were, because I think we'll have learned a lot of things, and one of them is you can do a lot of stuff from home, and some of this stuff is maybe even better. Yeah. I was just setting up and doing a big presentation next week for a TV show that I want to pitch, and we were supposed to be in the room. It's obviously now pivoted to doing it over Zoom and Google Hangouts and things like that. And we did a test run of it today, and it was great. I'm like, wait, are you telling me this whole time I never actually needed to put on pants?
Right.
You couldn't have told me. You should have told me this years ago.
I know. We recognize that as well. I can do therapy via video. Like I don't have to go in person for those. There's so many things that I've just, that have been easy to transition. Luckily, we're gamers where we're very tech savvy, and that stuff comes easy to us. But I think for a lot of people, like you said, if this goes on for, much longer, people will have to adapt, and they're going to learn that, wow, this is actually a kind of a better way of living. I just did a video actually to promote the show where I got out of my bed and I walked straight to the studio, and I was like, this has been the easiest thing to just, not have to stress in traffic, getting to the studio and all that stuff.
Again, I mean, that's always been my lifeline. My commute has always been like just down the stairs to my little home office. Right. So I feel like I'm not really feeling the benefit as much as some other people who are actually kind of enjoying some aspects of working from home. But no, you're right. I mean, it's been great to see, like, I've seen different people that traditionally gather and congregate in different living rooms for like D&D nights, and they've very quickly found ways to do that online, through the chat apps and things like that. So it's really been remarkable to see, life finds a way, right? Humans always find a way. And now, if the internet goes down, I don't know what, I don't even want to think about that. I think we'll the last of us probably within about 5 minutes. But as long as the internet infrastructure stays up, staying at home, again, a lot of people, we're not really being asked to sacrifice that much. I'm old enough to remember when they added a fourth TV station, and I was so excited. Now we live in a world of like infinite content and infinite variety, where we have so many games to play, and so much in the content from Netflix and Amazon. Yeah, absolutely. And so if we're going to be, there's never been a better time to be stuck indoors, I suppose.
Right. Has this helped you? I don't know if this has really made a difference for you, but you write for a living. So is there stuff that, maybe this has inspired you to do some different types of writing projects or anything like that?
Well, I'm actually on a very hard deadline right now for a script I'm writing for a studio, and I spoke to the director just this past week just to kind of check in on how we're all doing. And I mentioned to him, I said, look, it doesn't affect me that much because I work from home anyway. This has not been a big shift for me, but for the household, it has been a big shift. Like the fact that my wife now, who usually takes care of like everything in the household and keeps the household running, has now had to pivot to being a school teacher, and a lot of the household things that she would usually take care of,
assigning
she
homework.
doesn't have the time. So so now I have to step up and help with a lot more stuff around the house, and so that's taking some time away from my writing day, and the writing time that I have is precious. So I think things are bad all over, but I'm very very grateful that we are better suited to it than most, given that we both worked from home to begin with. So, but no, I'm not. I know a lot of people are taking this opportunity to kind of like write their great American novel and stuff like that, and that's brilliant. I fully support that. For me though, it's kind of business as usual. I have a script, I have a deadline, and I got to hit the deadline. So I'm just doing my best to keep the engine running.
Definitely. Well, let's ask chat if there's any questions for Gary.
Yeah.
I'd love
There's one already. What's your favorite writing app from G-Dude?
Ooh, from G-Dude. What's your favorite writing app?
Most of the regular writing that I do, like if I'm writing an outline or a novel, or I'm just looking for like a regular word processor, I'm very much a Mac guy, so I'm perfectly happy just to use Pages, which is the free word processor that comes with the Mac. I'm perfectly happy to use that. When I'm writing a screenplay, I use a program called Highland 2, which if you have a Mac, I highly recommend you Google that. Just Google the words Highland 2, and you can get a free version. And if you're in any way interested in exploring screenwriting and figuring out how to write a screenplay, that app, which is written by a professional screenwriter, a good friend of mine named John August, who's written a bunch of big movies. He got frustrated with the screenwriting software options that are out there. None of them are really that good. Final Draft, which is considered the industry standard, is actually kind of an awful overpriced.
Things,
it's an awful overpriced, buggy mess. So John went away and created his own piece of software called Highland, and it's really great. If you're on a Mac, go check it out. It's free. There's a pretty robust version you can get for free. You upgrade to a pro version for $50.
Cool.
If you're on PC, check out a piece of software called Fade In. I think if you go to fadeinsoftware.com, that's a program that I also use. Ryan Johnson, who wrote Knives Out and The Last Jedi, wrote he uses that. Craig Mazin, who wrote Chernobyl. Like, we're increasingly moving away from Final Draft as an industry standard and more towards programs like Highland and Fade In, which are just as good, if not better, and much cheaper as well.
Yeah, I'd never heard about those. I'm going to check them out for myself.
If you're on a Mac, definitely check out Highland. It's great.
Yeah, I actually gave up my Mac, so I'm on PC now.
Okay, so then you're going to look at Fade In. Just don't use Friends don't let friends use Final Draft.
Thank you, Gary. I'm glad you're a friend. So we have another question from chat. Let's see.
From Nate B asks, what games in particular stand out to you in terms of their writing and script?
That's a really good question.
That is a great question. Thanks, Nate B.
I would say like all of the Naughty Dog stuff is fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Amy Hennig and Neil Druckmann and the guys over there that crafted the Uncharted and Last of Us games. Tremendous quality writing. The Mass Effect games. I really wish that EA would just remaster those games and put them back out. I would love to dive back into that world. Mass Effect 2 is probably my favorite game of the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 generation. Absolutely loved it. I would love to go back into that world.
I believe.
I think it was a whole team, but I think Drew was the main guy.
He's the main guy.
I just loved that world.
Did you read any of the lore novels that he wrote?
I never got into the books, but I was the guy that read every single codex entry in the game. You know, like when you can look up a planet on the galactic map. I devoured everything.
Yeah.
Because I just loved the world building, and it's like it almost kind of transcended being a game, and you just get you're a character living in another universe for a while, and I just loved it.
Oh man, yeah, that brings me back. Those games were amazing. So sad what happened with, when they went on to make a different IP and that failed. And
I know, I was so excited about Andromeda, and then I never even bothered to play it because the word on the street was so. Maybe I should check it out at some point. But what I would love to see, I would love EA to just kind of do a remastered Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 trilogy. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I would love that. I would love Dragon Age too, actually, come to think of it.
I never played the Dragon Age games.
Oh, man.
I
Well,
should
at
get
least
it.
you
Maybe
should
I
play
check
3.
those out.
Definitely 3.
Remaster them all, and I'll get back into all of them.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too with those games. It's just hard to go back when it's not at the level of gaming that we expect now.
Right.
That's how I felt like going back to Halo Reach. I'm like, oh yeah, I would have never played a repeat of Reach without it being a remaster.
Yeah, they haven't. The problem with kind of the games that we have now is they don't age terribly well from generation to generation.
Yeah.
We get so used to this. We've got these amazing 4K graphics, 60 frames a second, and then you go back and check out some old PlayStation 3 game, and you're like, oh, that doesn't actually hold up that great.
It doesn't.
Some of them, Microsoft's done great on this. Like one of my all-time favorite games from the original Xbox was SSX3. I loved that.
Oh my god!
And and EA and Microsoft has it on the Xbox store, and it's like remastered in 4K.
Man.
And it's fantastic. They didn't completely redo it. They just up-resed everything, but it actually still looks really good.
Oh,
and I got a massive nostalgia hit. The other one that I'm hoping that they do, and we're planning once things get back to normal, we're going to do a kind of funny tournament, is NBA Street Volume 2, which is my all-time favorite sports game.
Well, I haven't played a lot of NBA, I gotta admit. I think I liked the hockey games, the NHL games for a while.
Do you ever play NHL Hits from Midway?
No. I played NHL 10 and 11. I think that was like my one
I can't
time.
play the more serious ones, but if you remember, Midway did NFL Blitz, where like it was just like kind of crazy, like over the top arcade football.
Yeah.
They did that for hockey as well. It's called NHL Hits, and like every single hit was like through the glass. Players flying through I think it was just like 3-on-3. So it was like way simplified down, but like every hit was like a big bone crunching hit. And it was so much fun. I love those over the top sports games.
Oh man.
I can't play the simmy type sports games. I find too fiddly. Give me like NBA Jam. Give me NBA
crazy.
Street Volume 2.
Have fun.
Yeah.
with it.
I want the crazy over the top games.
Yeah, for sure. Any other questions from the audience?
Just a general, do they have a VR snowboarding game? I imagine something like that.
A VR snowboarding game?
I believe there is one, but I don't know. One of the big problems they're having right now with VR is, how to do motion without making you feel sick.
I can't do it. Yeah, I would not be able to do a boarding game in VR. Just
racing
thinking
and
about
snowboarding,
it,
I think, is still kind of a frontier on VR that they're trying to figure out how to do without people throwing up all over the place.
Another question from Nate.
Definitely. You'll have to let me know what you think of Half-Life Alyx when you do play
I'm going to try that this week for sure.
Okay, cool.
I got my index all ready to go. I'm excited for it.
Awesome. We have one more question, I think, from the audience.
Yeah, from Nate. What have you been watching in terms of TV and movies while at home, both of you?
Oh, both of us. Oh, TV and movies. Okay, well, I guess for me, or
Devs.
Gary. Okay, yeah. So I'll say Devs. This is definitely one that I've been watching. Gary, have you seen Devs?
No, it just started, right? I got to check that
Yeah.
out. I have a terrible, terrible backlog. I got so many shows that I need to catch up on.
Yeah, and shows, I mean, they're abundant and they're all so good. It's really hard to kind of know where to start. I've actually restarted The Office again for like the 50th time. And then for movies, I haven't been watching any movies, really. What about you, Gary?
The other thing I'm kind of digging now is that they're dropping a lot of these, theatrically released movies right into your home.
Right. Well,
So,
you
like-
do have
like
to
for-
pay, I think, for some of them, right?
No, you've still got to pay,
Yeah,
but it
it's like
still
$20
worked out cheaper than going to the movies. Like my kid who loves the Trolls movies
Oh,
was
yeah.
really excited about Trolls World Tour. And so
Uh-huh.
when the theaters closed down, she was really sad. But then when they announced that you could just rent, I think it's $20
$20,
for a
yeah.
48 hours rental for a brand new, theatrical run movie. That's saved us in this household. I'm really glad that they're doing that.
Me too.
And there's a lot of stuff like Invisible Man. There's a lot of cool stuff that, hey, we can't show it to you in theaters right now, so let's why not put it deliver it to you at home? I love that.
Right. I think it's only Prime Video that's doing that, right? Or are there other? I don't think Netflix has done that.
Prime is doing it, and you can also get them on Netflix. On iTunes.
iTunes. Oh, right.
So like, if you go to iTunes right now and look up, say, Invisible Man, which is a movie that was in theaters when they all closed, I believe it's like $20 for a 48-hour rental, which is cheaper than the price of 2 movie tickets.
Totally. I mean, yeah. I mean, if both of us, Kyle and I, go see a movie, it's about $20 or $25. So yeah, the other movie I guess that's out separate from Invisible Man is The Hunt, which is another one I want to see.
Yeah.
Apparently they're both really good.
We'll see. There's a lot of big movies coming up. Wonder Woman, and the studios have got a big choice to make. Do we just sit on these and hold them until the theaters are back in business, or do we try this new experiment of putting movies out into
People's homes.
direct to people at home.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wonder Woman got pushed officially, right, today.
Yeah,
June
I think they're
21st or
doing it on a
something?
case by case basis. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's hard
I mean,
to
there's
tell when
gonna
this will end.
when the I
Oh, God.
I think that when this is all over, God willing, sooner rather than later, you are going to see scenes unlike anything you saw since like VE Day, like the end of World War II, where everyone's in the street hugging and going crazy because you think about it, like our friends and loved ones, we won't have seen them for weeks or months, and it's going to be crazy to see everyone reunited. And I think the movie theaters are going to be packed because everyone's going to
Totally.
want to go back and have all these experiences that we've almost forgotten how to have.
Exactly. I mean, I was supposed to go see my family 2 weeks ago. I was going to go see my sister, my grandmother. Like, I mean, yeah, there's so many trips I put off because of this whole thing. I guess there's one more question from the audience, Kyle says. No?
No, not
Oh,
that.
okay. All right. Well, I did want to ask you quickly before we go, are there any games that you're planning to, do you have like anything in the, now that you have, I guess, not necessarily more time, but that this quarantine's happening, is there anything you want to go back to, or you do want to, like maybe your backlog or game of games?
What's interesting for me is, again, like I don't have any more time than I did a month ago,
Right,
because I already
It's all
worked
the
from
same.
home, and if anything, I've got a little less time because now I'm helping out more around the house because we're a schoolhouse as well now. Even if I had all the time in the world, though, a lot of people are out there saying, "Oh yeah, I can finally dig into my backlog." Everyone has that Steam backlog of shame, right? I get it.
Oh my God. So many games I bought and never finished.
But even so many games I bought and never even started. But the problem is, all of these hot new games have come out. Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Resident Evil 3's around the corner.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing alone, like my backlog, forget about it. I'm just playing Animal Crossing every day.
Perfect.
Animal Crossing is like having a therapist, only much cheaper. Tom Nook is my therapist now, Naomi.
Oh my God, you need to call Nintendo and say, hey, I have a great marketing idea for you.
One-on-one therapy session with Tom Nook.
Yeah, with Animal Crossing.
But then he would charge you 100,000 bells and you'd never pay it off for 1 hour of therapy.
That's true. I'm making bank right now in Animal Crossing, actually. I have 100,000 to spare.
Animal Crossing.
What?
What are your money-making tips for Animal Crossing?
I just fish a lot. I really enjoy fishing.
Yeah, I collect a lot of weeds.
Oh, the weeds, yeah. Well, I haven't gotten to.
I'm selling a lot of weed right now, Naomi. I'm making easy money selling weed.
All
out
that
of
weed,
my house.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't got the stairs yet. When do you get those? I'm waiting on the stairs.
I don't know about stairs, but I did just build a bridge today. Hopefully by tomorrow it should be
the
open.
pole
I built my first
vaulting
bridge.
is so annoying.
Yeah.
So having a bridge would be nice.
Yeah.
Cool. This has been great. I guess we wrapped it up now. I guess. What do you think?
You got
3 more minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
We can wrap it up with Gary and we can wind down if you want.
Sure. I would love if you guys have any last minute questions for Gary. People know you from where, Gary? Just so they can look you up and make sure to watch your stuff and stay on top of what
I'm
you're
most
doing.
active on Twitter right now, and have been for a long time. At Gary Whitta, GaryWhitta. I stream. I try to stream every Wednesday night on Twitch at 7 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
Twitch.tv/Gary Whitta. And like I said, I just added Animal Crossing mornings every day at 9 o'clock, and then we just did it today every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. My daughter and I do family homeschool science hour, where we both sit together and we watch and stream educational science videos aimed at kids with our Twitch audience. So, like I said, we're in a terrible situation, but everyone's trying to find their own way to keep a smile on our faces and make the best of it.
Yeah, you're more active now, I feel like, than ever.
Right.
Well, that's awesome, Gary. Thank you so much for coming in to our show. It was kind of a last minute ask, so I really appreciate it. And
you can always rely on me. Like I'm not doing anything. You can always hit me up last minute. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You've got nothing better to do.
Maybe I'll have you on next week, or we should definitely hop on some more Warzone at some point.
I'm always happy to hang, whether it's killing people or talking about Animal Crossing.
Right.
Always happy to hang out with you.
Aww.
You know where to find me. I'm not particularly difficult to track down right now.
Okay,
so
good.
you can find me anytime.
Perfect. And so can everyone else. All right. Thank you so much, Gary. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thanks
See you
for
next
joining
time.
us.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my God. That was insane. That was a lot of fun. That was awesome. How are we looking on the stream?
Good. Yeah.
This is so this has been really cool, actually. I'm glad that we we had to do a lot of troubleshooting and setting this up for you guys, but
your boy crushed it.
Your boy crushed it, and we had a really good show and a great interview. Gary's awesome. Be sure to check out his stuff. Kyle's awesome. Everybody F in chat for Kyle.
F in chat. Show F. Fuck F for respect.
Because truly, this has been an adventure on its own. Just putting this all together for an at-home quarantine edition last week in gaming show. Oh, I found my sign that I made finally.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, da, da, da. It's a half-written sign where I misspelled the word quarantine. I made an E and then an A, and I was like, that's not how you spell quarantine. It's supposed to be just an A, just for you guys out there. But yeah, we'll have a better sign set up for you guys next week. We're working out the kinks, and I'm working out my spelling abilities.
Spelling's been
I'm
a work
learning
in process
things
for a while. But...
Okay, cool. That's basically our show for today, guys. Next week we have so we're hopefully gonna have some really cool guests. I'm talking Atomic Marie, Jessica Chobot, some even bigger surprise guests, hopefully down the line. Hopefully everyone's available, and stay safe and everything. But stay safe for you guys out there. Truly, it's been awesome to be able to put on a show, even from the comfort of my home. And I hope you guys can tune in next week, and always feel free to reach out to me on the Twitters. All right, have a good night, everybody. See you next week.